Are you feeling overwhelmed by the obstacles in your life? Do you find that no matter how hard you try, it seems like peace and happiness are just beyond your reach? Life can often feel like a series of doors that you keep trying to open, but they remain locked or blocked by things you can't control. But what if I told you that to find true peace and happiness in the later years of life, there are certain doors you need to close, doors that have been weighing you down, holding you back, and preventing you from fully embracing the joy and contentment you deserve? Today, we're going to explore how to shut those doors and step into a future where peace reigns, where you are in control of your happiness, and where you can live the rest of your life with a sense of fulfillment. It's time to take charge of your life and clear the path for your personal peace. The first step in this journey is understanding that there are 9 doors of old age that must be closed tightly in order to embrace a life of true happiness. These are not just physical doors. They represent mental, emotional, and spiritual barriers that prevent you from experiencing life to its fullest potential. The great news is that these doors aren't permanently locked. You have the power to shut them for good. As we go through this together, I want you to think about your own life, your experiences, the challenges you've faced, the emotions you've carried with you. Each of us has our own doors to close, but the process of closing them can lead to peace, clarity, and a deep sense of satisfaction. If you're ready, let's dive into the 9 doors of old age that, once closed, can set you free. The first door we need to close is the door of regret. This is a heavy door that many of us carry, especially as we get older. We look back on our lives and think about all the things we wish we had done differently, the risks we didn't take, the words we didn't say, the dreams we didn't pursue. But holding on to regret only keeps us trapped in the past. It prevents us from fully living in the present and enjoying what lies ahead. It's time to forgive yourself for what you didn't do, and let go of the idea that you can change the past. Regret has no place in your future. Next, there's the door of resentment. This door is about holding on to grudges and anger from past experiences, whether it's with family, friends, or colleagues. Resentment festers inside and builds walls that separate us from peace. It eats away at your happiness and leaves you with bitterness. The truth is, holding on to resentment only hurts you. By choosing to forgive, you free yourself from the grip of negative emotions and open the door to healing. The door of fear is another barrier that many people face. Fear can manifest in different ways. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of what the future holds. But fear is just an illusion. It's a story we tell ourselves that keeps us stuck in place. To break free, you need to close this door by taking small steps toward the things that scare you. Every time you face your fears, you diminish their power over you. Then, we have the door of self-doubt. As we get older, it's easy to start questioning our worth, abilities, and decisions. We think we're too old to try something new, too set in our ways to change. But self-doubt is one of the biggest enemies of progress. When you doubt yourself, you hold yourself back from all the amazing possibilities that are still available to you. You must close this door by reminding yourself of your worth, your strength, and the countless accomplishments you've already achieved in your life. Now, let's talk about the door of unhealthy attachments. This might refer to things like toxic relationships, unhealthy habits, or attachments to material possessions that don't serve your well-being. These attachments can weigh you down and prevent you from living a free, fulfilling life. It's time to let go of what no longer serves you. You don't need to carry the burden of other people's expectations or things that drain your energy. The door of comfort is another one that many people are afraid to close. Comfort is safe, but it can also become stagnant. As we get older, it's easy to fall into the routine of doing what feels familiar, even if it's not what's best for us. If you want to experience new growth, you need to step out of your comfort zone. This might mean trying something new, learning a new skill, or meeting new people. Growth happens when you embrace change, not when you stay stuck in what's comfortable. The next door is the door of pride. Pride can be a double-edged sword. It's important to have self-respect and confidence. But when pride becomes arrogance, it prevents you from seeking help, admitting mistakes, or making changes that would benefit you. It's time to close the door of pride and open the door of humility. There's no shame in asking for help, in learning, or in growing. The door of comparison is one that many people struggle with. It's easy to look at others and compare your life, achievements, or progress to theirs. But comparison only leads to dissatisfaction and frustration. You are on your own unique journey, and your path is your own. Close the door of comparison and focus on your individual growth and happiness. Lastly, there's the door of neglect, neglecting your own needs, health, or well-being. It's easy to put others first, especially when you've spent your life taking care of family or work obligations. But neglecting yourself only leads to burnout and regret. Close this door by prioritizing self-care. Your health, mental clarity, and emotional well-being are crucial to living a fulfilling life in your later years. Now, let's shift gears and talk about how you can start closing these doors and reclaiming your peace. It begins with a mindset shift. You have the power to take control of your own happiness, and it starts with the decision to close these doors. Each one of these doors represents a limitation, a barrier to the life you deserve. The key to closing them is making conscious decisions every day to live in alignment with the life you want. Start with one small action, and you'll be amazed at the doors it opens, or rather, the doors it helps you close. It might seem like a simple step, but every meaningful change begins with just one action, no matter how small. Maybe it's forgiving someone who's wronged you, a choice that can free you from the weight of anger or resentment, opening space for peace and clarity. Perhaps it's taking that uncomfortable step outside your comfort zone, whether it's starting a conversation with someone you've been avoiding, or trying something new that scares you. That initial step, no matter how insignificant it might feel at first, is often the catalyst for a much bigger transformation. You can also start with choosing to let go of self-doubt. It's easy to get caught up in negative self-talk, thinking you're not good enough or you'll never make it. But every time you challenge that voice, every time you push back against those limiting beliefs, you close a door that traps you in fear. And with every door you close, you open a new one that leads to growth, opportunity, and peace. At first, it may feel uncomfortable or even pointless. You may wonder if this small action will really make a difference in the grand scheme of things. But it will. The more you take these actions, the more empowered you will feel. Every small step creates a momentum that leads to bigger changes, and soon, you'll find that you've made more progress than you could have imagined. When you commit to these small actions, they accumulate, and over time, you'll start to see patterns in your life. You'll notice that old grudges are falling away, that fears no longer control you, and that self-doubt has less of a grip on you. You'll begin to close the doors to negativity, insecurity, and fear, and you'll open doors to peace, confidence, and a future full of possibility. So, choose today. Choose that one small action, whatever it may be. Forgive someone. Step outside your comfort zone. Let go of self-doubt. And know that with each small step, you are closing the doors to what holds you back and opening the doors to a peaceful, fulfilling life. Remember, this journey isn't about achieving perfection, it's about progress. It's not about reaching some impossible standard of flawlessness, but rather taking consistent, meaningful steps toward becoming a better version of yourself, one moment at a time. Perfection is an illusion, and it often holds us back from making any move at all, thinking that if we can't do it perfectly, then it's not worth doing. But here's the truth: progress is everything. It's the small, steady changes that accumulate over time and create real, lasting transformation. Every small step you take toward closing the doors to negativity, fear, doubt, or regret is a step toward the peace and happiness you deserve. It doesn't matter how big or small those steps are. It's not about the speed with which you move, but the fact that you're moving at all. Sometimes, it's just the decision to forgive someone, to set a boundary, or to let go of past pain. These actions may feel small in the moment, but they are significant in how they shape the direction of your life. You are capable of making these changes. I know that sometimes it feels like you're too far gone or too stuck in your ways, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Every day is an opportunity to take one more step, to make a choice that moves you closer to the life you want. You have the strength and resilience to face the challenges that come your way. You've already made it this far, and that in itself is proof of your ability to grow and evolve. The journey you're on is so much more than just a series of actions or destinations. It's about growth, self-discovery, and fulfillment. Each step you take along this path is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself. Life is full of challenges, but it's through facing them head-on that you begin to uncover parts of yourself you didn't even realize were there. As you continue to take those small, intentional steps, you'll begin to see more clearly the person you've always been. Deep down, your strengths, the things that make you unique, will reveal themselves more and more. The things that once seemed unclear or even hidden within you will begin to shine, and you'll start to recognize your own resilience, courage, and ability to adapt. You'll also begin to understand your values more deeply, the core principles that guide your decisions, your relationships, and your purpose in life. Your values are your compass, and as you move forward, you'll become more attuned to what matters most to you. What brings you peace? What fuels your passion? What do you stand for? The more you learn about your values, the more grounded you'll become in your choices, and the clearer your path will be. Along with understanding your values, you'll discover your passions, those things that ignite a fire within you and make you feel alive. They could be as big as a lifelong dream or as small as a hobby that brings you joy. Passion often comes with the feeling of true fulfillment, the sense that you're doing something that resonates deeply with who you are. As you follow your journey, you'll begin to understand what drives you, what makes you feel inspired, and what gives your life meaning. But, like any meaningful journey, this one won't be without its ups and downs. There will be times when things feel uncertain, when progress feels slow, or when you're met with obstacles that make you question your path. But these moments aren't setbacks, they're part of the process. They are opportunities for you to learn, to adjust, and to grow even stronger. It's through the difficult times that we are often forced to reevaluate our approach, which ultimately leads to growth. The journey is not about perfection or smooth sailing, it's about progress. It's about understanding that life is full of twists and turns, and that it's okay to stumble and fall along the way. What matters is that you get back up, adjust your course, and keep moving forward. The bumps along the road are what make the destination so much sweeter, because it's through overcoming those challenges that we truly learn who we are and what we're capable of. As you continue along this path of growth and self-discovery, each action, no matter how small, brings you closer to understanding what truly brings you peace and joy. You'll see that peace isn't just something that happens by chance, it's something you cultivate through your actions, decisions, and mindset. And joy, it's found in the everyday moments, the pursuit of what you love, and the feeling of being aligned with your true self. Your journey is unique to you, and there's no one else who can walk it the way you can. It's a process of learning, adjusting, and progressing, constantly evolving into the best version of yourself. And while the road may be challenging at times, it's the very challenges that make it meaningful. With each step you take, you grow. With each lesson learned, you move closer to fulfillment. And as you continue to progress, you'll realize that the journey itself, filled with its ups and downs, is just as valuable as the destination. You might not see all the changes right away, but trust me, they are happening. And as you look back, you'll realize just how far you've come, how many doors you've closed, and how many new doors you've opened. These small steps lead to big changes, and the rewards are far greater than you can imagine right now. So, embrace the idea of progress over perfection. Be kind to yourself in this journey. Celebrate each small victory, because they add up to something incredible. You are worthy of happiness, peace, and fulfillment, and each step you take brings you closer to that truth. The journey may not always be easy, but it's yours, and it's worth every step. Now, I want to hear from you. What doors are you ready to close? Comment below and let me know. Together, we can walk this path toward peace and happiness, one step at a time. Take a deep breath and commit to taking one small action today. The journey may not be easy, but I promise you, it will be worth it. If this message resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Your support helps me create more content that inspires and empowers you to live your best life. Thank you for being part of this community, and I look forward to hearing about your journey toward peace and happiness.